Hello everyone, my name is Michael and today I'm going to be covering how much I make as a ServiceNow System Administrator / programmer working in the public sector. I'm making this video for those of you who are interested in getting into either of these career fields and maybe you're like, I don't know, the private sector is pretty competitive, I don't know where I want to work. I want to show you that you can actually work in the public sector working in tech and still making a great living. And this is actually the second part of the pay transparency series that I'm doing. Those of you that are interested, I actually did a video covering how much I make in the Air Force Reserve. So you can go ahead and check for that in the description. I'm also going to put an annotation on this video. All right, in our agenda for today, we're going to be covering how much I make hourly and my yearly pay, and I'll also be covering some of the different pay scales or pay grades for the various IT positions at the public sector agency that I work at. All right, guys, so I just wanted to give you all an overview of where I started with my pay at my current position and where I'm at now. So my initial starting pay in June of 2022 when I first started was $27.48 per hour. I was at $57,000, $158 per year. Upon finishing up my probation, which can take anywhere from 6 months to a year or longer, I got a 3% raise for that, which is what was in December of 2022. Then I got a 4% merit increase in June of 2023. So every year you're going to get your 4% merit increase unless you royally F up. After that, I got my promotion to Programmer Analyst 2. So when you promote, you either go to the bottom of the salary range for that new position, or you get a 4% increase. So whichever is more. So for me, the 4% increase was more. And then after that, in June, let me go back because we have to go back to July of 2022. So a month after I started, I got a 3% cost of living increase. So every year on July 1st, depending on what was negotiated, you get a cost of living increase. So in July of 2022, it was a 3% increase. So I guess within the first 6 months of me working there, I got a 6% increase. Now, if we calculate the cost of living increase for 2023, it came out to like roughly 3.2%. And the reason for that is we had an increase in our PERS. Our PERS deduction went up a little bit. So PERS, what that is the state pension plan. So that's the same thing police officers get, firefighters get, we get. So that's what happens when you work as a public sector employee in Nevada. So that came out to like 3.2% or so. And it's interesting because you don't actually see that come out of your paycheck. That's just kind of handled on the back end. So when you look at the job postings, I'll give you guys how to get to this at the end, the link that you would go to apply. You're only going to see the starting pay and then also the max pay. So you're not going to see, pretty much what you're seeing there is what you're going to get. So the PERS deduction, I'm not sure how they calculate that, but you don't see that come out of your paycheck. That's handled on the back end. And my current pay, so where I'm at now, I'm at $32.79 per hour. That comes out to $68,203 per year. In June of next year, I will also get another 4% merit increase, and then whatever our cost of living comes out to be. We're actually going through a negotiation right now. Our union is with the place that I work at. We're also going to get another cost of living increase. So whatever that comes out to as well, I'll get that on July 1st, 2024. So within the first year, let's see, so I got a 7, 11, 14, almost like a 17 and a 17.2% increase in pay. So it's pretty good. I mean, within the first year, I got a pretty significant pay jump. All right, guys, so I did want to cover some of the different IT positions because I know not all of you are going to want to be programmers. So I did want to disclose the pay grades for, systems programmers, supervisors, things like that. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So for programmer analysts for 1 and 2, it's going to start at $61,235.20. It's going to top out at $102,606.40. Now, keep in mind, each of these bottom of these ranges and the top of these ranges are going to go up every year, depending on what we get for our cost of living increase. So the July of every year, this is going to be increased depending on what our cost of living is agreed upon for that year. So say we get 5%, you would see each of these ranges jump up 5% starting July of 2024. And senior programmer analyst, I won't automatically get that. I would have to apply for that if there's an opening. So that starts at $71,448. And the top of that range is $110,822.40. Now, those of you who work in networking, it's pretty much the same as programmers, so I don't have them on there, but it's essentially the same pay grades for 1 and 2 and senior. For sys programmers, they're a little bit different. They work a lot in with security and virtual machines, and they write a lot of like PowerShell scripts and things like that. The starting pay for that position is $66,123.20, tops out at $110,822.40. The senior of that position starts at $77,209.60, tops out at $119,683.20. And ops admins, they're essentially the supervisors for programmer administrators and business analysts, and they start at $77,209.60, top out at $119,683.20. And IT managers, which is one step above ops admins, they start at $97,198.40, and they top out at $150,696. And just keep in mind, in the state of Nevada, we have no state income tax. Also, if you are contributing to PERS, which you would be in these positions, you do not pay Social Security. So you're only paying, Medicare and federal taxes. And what am I forgetting? What else is on here? Well, again, this is just for one public service agency here in Southern Nevada. They all pay a bit different. So there's like UMC, which is the, through the hospital. You could work for Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. You could work for the Henderson Police Department. You could work for the city of Henderson. You could work for the city of Las Vegas. They all pay a little bit different, and the names of the positions may slightly differ, but the benefits and the pay are, pretty comparable between all of them. And if you want to apply for any of those positions, apart from Las Vegas Metro, you'd probably just want to Google LVMPD jobs on Google, and you can find it through there. But for the other ones I mentioned, you should be able to find them on governmentjobs.com. And you probably can also find jobs in your local area if you're not interested in moving into Southern Nevada. But I hope y'all found this video to be helpful. I'm also going to do a follow-up video covering the pay again, as well as the benefits working in the public sector. So I hope you all found this video very informative. Please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you can also please give this video a thumbs up, it really helps out a lot. Thank you.